Righty. Made it out of there just barely. Very good. Hey, Apollo! What? Well, you know, actually nothing. I mean, something. Or maybe not. Out with it, woman! The suspense is giving me an ulcer! Well, you know, the trial today? I was thinking. If you gave it a score, what score would you give it? Score? Gee. I guess I would, there may be, well... I'm just as bad as you. See? It's so vague. Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Very good for us. Give us a bit more time to work. Though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. I asked Interpol about the number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latousse. And the victim, Mr. Latousse, who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent. Yeah, that kinda just happened, didn't it? What a mess. We don't have any idea what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. The siren told the whole court. Just in case you decided to put down the game for a month or two in between the chapters in this case. Wait, that voice just now. It was him! I am sure of it! That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Latousse. When I heard the gunshots fired, it was him! It was Mr. Darian! It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries. Well, you're in the right franchise for that, girl. I don't. Well, you're in the wrong franchise for that, boy. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Also, just, what do you mean you don't like mysteries? I understand that you became a defense attorney and therefore you probably didn't think you were going to be doing much detectiving and much figuring out of things, but I mean, like, I don't know, man. I feel like you should have anticipated that a bit more. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will? I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said. Top secret? Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. And you got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine, right. You are fine. Well, time's a-wastin', as they say. Let's investigate. That's the spirit! Alright, first things first, I gotta check. I always gotta check. Hey, yo, Charlie, you doing okay over there, buddy? Mr. Charlie, the potted plants. Huh? His leaves are looking a little brown. Good morning, Mr. Charlie. Ah, Mr. Charlie! Your leaves! Maybe you weren't giving him enough water? No, it must be stress. He's worried about the new recruit at the office. Hey, don't blame it on me. You're watering him, right? Who's Daddy's turn to water him this week? Oh, God! Mr. Wright has been away on his top secret mission, no? I'm sorry, Mr. Charlie. This is all my fault. I'll water you soon, I promise. Alright, good. Hey, look, that plant has survived significantly longer than it has any business having been able to survive. We should all be very happy about that. Anyway, so... I want to say, well, it's good that we know who did it now, but at the same time, I'm like... Usually the game isn't so upfront about that so early, like, you know? Usually you figure out and you hard pin it on somebody, you know, and then you get the guilty verdict in the same general time frame. So this is a little strange. Siren dropped a bomb in court today. It was Darian. Siren said she'd never forgotten the voice, right? That's so cool. I guess. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called. Somehow I don't think that means what you think it means. And she has to be wrong this time. Wrong? Why? I mean, look, those gunshots were right during the concert. That's right, I was burning up the dance floor at the time. She was freaking bogeying. She was schmoovin'. Right, did you happen to look up on stage? Maybe. At Darian even? You bet I did. He's one of the Governor's guitarists after all. He's so cool. Oh, right. All the Governors have a rock-solid alibi. I was gonna say, wasn't there, I mean, what if it was during the time when it was just, you know, Siren and what's his face? Gavin, you know? Wouldn't that have been a good time for that? I mean, that was what my initial instinct was, but I guess that is I guess we don't have, no, that's right. the alibi because the song was playing through the speakers at the time, which means they were performing on stage at the time. Okay. Yeah. I was misguided in my assumptions, and I look a fool for it. He couldn't have shot Mr. Latouche backstage. But Siren heard him, didn't she? She heard Darian backstage, right? Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly here. Or there's some trickery afoot. I've dealt with my fair share of trickery. An Interpol agent. I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway? It's like the police, but like bigger. They're the guys who catch international criminals. Why can't they just call them international police instead of making up some silly name? Damn. Yeah. Anyway, you think he was investigating Siren? What? Why would anyone do that? She's not a crime animal. She couldn't be. Don't be fooled by appearances, is all I'm saying. But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palmed coin at 50 paces. If only it were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something. I wonder if it was something that has something to do with something. That's something being our case, the last something, I mean. Something like that. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What was Mr. Latouche up to? Ha! Oh, Who's laughing at us? What? Trucy? Was that another one of your tricks? It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that. Ah! Wizard! Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered. I'm gonna call him Graham! Hey! The other day, you're that super magician who's always bumping into people and running away like a nerd. Who's there? And then he scampered off. Like a squirrel. We didn't just imagine that, did we? He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Hardly. We meet again. Nice to meet you, whoever the hell you are. And could you please stop smirking like that? How can you tell? There's a huge-ass mustache in the way. Ah! It's you! Uncle Valance! What? Uncle Val... He's your uncle?
That's my uncle.
No, silly. It's the great Gramier. God, I'm so tired of names I don't know how to say. Valant Graham. The Grand Magician. Yes, it is I, the great Valant Graham, as seen on Television. And could you please stop smirking like that? It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years to be exact. My, how you've grown. Good to see you again, Uncle Valant. You look exactly the same. I'll take that as a compliment. Okay, so yeah, I hate to intrude, but what is a great magician doing paying us a visit, and also uncle, and also what, and also who, and also where, and also why, and also what? I believe it was you who wished to see me. So be quick with your questions. What? And do not quail, quake, or quiver. I am quite tame. Yeah, but you wear yellow. Though my stardom may sear the sight. Immediately after saying that he wore yellow, I thought he was referring to that for a second. Weird. I'm quite down with the sickness. To Earth when need calls. He does have a certain aura to him, it's true. Let's ask him about the case, Apollo. His aura sure isn't lost on our magician in the making. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm. Or maybe she's just hungry. I don't know. After all, Uncle Valant's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle. What? Dad? You mean Mr. Wright? No, I mean my real daddy. Okay. Trucy's real father? I suspected, given the timeline, that adoption was what made the most sense out of anything, but I didn't want to outright say it until it actually became much more evident, you know? You never know. All sorts of weird nonsense could happen. But, okay, Can we just, can you guys indulge me? Can we start with that one, please? Once upon a time, Troop Graham included 2 grand magicians. Myself, Valant Graham, and my partner, Zach Graham. And this Zach he was my real daddy. Trucy's father, a magician. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I had no idea. There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, you could kind of assumed as such. No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy after all. And you make me laugh, Apollo. I'm glad that I'm good for comic relief at least. Hey, we're in the same category, buddy. Let's go. Not that I see daddy around much these days. Okay, all right, but yeah, it was a pretty safe assumption, wasn't it all? Wait, Apollo, don't tell me you don't know about Troop Graham. Troop Grammary? Oh, okay. Thank you, game. Thank you. If that's not how it's supposed to be pronounced and he's comically mispronouncing it, that's not my fault. Blame him. We're going with Grammary. No. But it does sound kind of familiar. Oh, lost life, lamentably listless lad. Twirl. To not know of the greatest troupe of magicians on the planet. Valiant Grammary. The name began to surface in my mind. It was a name I'd heard on television as a child. You bet you've heard the name! He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park! Why would you do that? Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe! And then escaped from a high-security prison? You said he's a magician? I opened the locks to hearts chained by mediocrity. That is the true miracle of Troop Grammary. Wait. What, Apollo? What's going on? I do remember seeing you on television. A long time ago. Weren't you with someone else, like a duo? A duo? Yeah, I had a partner. Okay, the game really wanted me to talk about this one first. My bad, sorry. Something Grammary. Yes, Zach Grammary. A masterful maker of magic, a capable crafter of shining showmanship. Why is everyone so quiet? Daddy! Oh, and then it all gets, put together. There you go. Why would you give me the ability to even select the other one if they were supposed to be done in sequence like that? I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit. Reasons? 2, in fact. The first being, of course, twirling my little staff thingy. To see you, Miss Trucy. You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valent. I'm sure you are. Not one for modesty, are you? Well, when you don a top hat like this, you throw modesty out the window. That's like step 1, bro. When I encountered you at the Coliseum the first time in 7 years, I could fain not contain my emotions. I wept oceans. And to learn you now defend the poor pianist, that blinded boy, 'twas a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did. Aw, well, it wasn't all my doing. I'm his defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this. Antiquated media? That's a videotape? Quite so. A recording of the concert, no less. I've brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Grammary. Will you watch it? Do we have a VCR? I guess we do. All right. Do I get to watch the... Do I get to watch the guitar burst into flames again? To be honest, that stage feels like it goes way too high up. Feels like a safety hazard. Yeah! I'm allowed to laugh because he didn't get hurt. As long as nobody's injured, it's objectively hilarious. Oh, Jesus, Lord, Jesus, Lord, it's a fire! Why are you cheering? Everyone, my town's it's on fire! Wow, it's almost as good as it was live. Especially the whole fire thing. That's objectively hilarious. So, what's the word? Mysterious. There are more mysterious things than her song going on. Way more mysterious. This Valent Grammary has good reasons to be here today. But I wonder what his reasons were to be at the concert. Now that's $1 million question. I'm sure you could afford yourself one hell of a fancy hat with that kind of money. Question, actually. Maybe I could just outright present it to him. Like, you want to talk about it? So I was wondering, that stunt in the middle of the song there. I didn't see a stunt. What about Lamar vanishing and reappearing? Oh, that? I guess I'm so used to seeing that happen, I didn't even notice. So young to be so jaded. A simple sleight of hand, a petite prestidigitation. Whoa, boy. This game has been outing my inability to say words so hard. So I swear to God, you guys must be cringing in on yourselves like you ate 50 lemons. A modicum of magic from me to you. So that's why you were at the concert. Yes, I was there to watch my trick take to the air. So you're the one who knows how it was all done. Of course, I am like a deity with the stage as my domain. Wow. Man really did just stroll up in a yellow top hat and said, yes, I am a god. A golden god with a toothbrush mustache. It's very strange, man. I suffer no mystery upon those floodlit boards, not grasped tightly twixt my fingers. It is potent, primeval, power, primeval, I don't know, power I possess. Well, do you think you could tell me how it was done? Hey, now! Ooh, I could so easily just lend myself into a joke there, but I won't. Trizzy? That's like totally against the rules, Apollo. Not during a murder investigation, it's not. Mice none, for my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Also what? Recall that the terrible occurrence happened later. Well, after my illusion entranced the audience. Oh. Don't even ask, I won't answer, or I'll beat you senseless. I swear to God, you think you're the first? You're not. Too bad for you, Apollo. Whose side are you on? The side of magic!
Magic!
I, Valent Grammary, now must make my leave, Mr. Oh, wow. Then I guess... Good thing I thought to present the tape to him again. It made the most sense on figuring out why he was there. There's no need to rush, Uncle Valent. You should stay a while. I am afraid I cannot. I may not. I shall not. And also you can't make me. No. I have been asked to assist with an analysis, and so I shall slink back to the scene. So, you'll be at the concert venue today. Correct! If you would call on me, come to the Coliseum. See you later, crocodile. That's not how it works. With a whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, and a gust of his stash, I gotta say, he turned and walked out through the door, normally. Well, there you go, Apollo. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. Right. Valent Grammary. I've got a few more things to ask that guy. Foremost among them, that bit of magic that made her disappear.
Magic!
How he knows Trucy and her real father. I'm not allowed to know things. Alright, well, do you want to talk about the tape? I'm not sure about that, sorry. I was ripping up the dance floor at the time of the shooting, after all. You know, I'm sorry, but I just have this mental image of her just the most absurdly dorky dance ever. I don't know. I'm sure she's actually incredibly graceful on her feet. She's a stage magician. She's probably got enough showmanship to be able to do it. But I don't know. I can't help but think of it. And it's just funny as heck. All right, then. Let's head to the detention center. I'm sure this will totally work. Machi may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect. But they don't have any decisive evidence. Telepathy! Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room. Yeah, but someone as small as him wouldn't have been able to lift a man that size all the way through a goddamn hallway and onto a stage platform. At least not so fast that literally nobody would see it. Right, the air vent. And he lied. Lied? Machi Tabaya can see. Why are you such a liar? Machi. Speak of the devil. He looks like he's doing okay, all things considered. I forget, why did we come here? It's not like we can talk to him or anything. Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo. Yeah, it's kind of hard to build a court case on feelings. Although I would not put it past this franchise to, you know, solve an entire case purely through vibes. But since we're here anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest. If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen. And I think she's actually worried for me. Alright, you. I'm gonna yell at you. So, what did you think of the trial today? Oh man, dude ain't even trying to talk. Woo! I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by that trial. Hey, all's well that ends well. You have to be more goal-oriented. If he's innocent, we win. No, if he's found not guilty, we win. Machi might not understand English, but I bet he gets that better than you do. God damn. Eh? Okay, well that's certainly interesting. Anything else to say? I'm glad Siren testified. What a great person. She even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect. Darian of the Governors, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all. If no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey, what is it, Apollo? No, it's nothing. I must be imagining it. Imagining what, Apollo? It's just, I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know, Machi, he doesn't understand what we're saying, right? How could he? He's a young Borginian. He doesn't speak English. He doesn't even speak Borginian. He just speaks in hieroglyphics. It's weird. Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him. Eh? Maybe it's malfunctioning? There isn't any technology in it! Or it's scared? Because you keep making those I'm so mad faces. Was I that bad? Machi lied about not being able to see. But what if that's not all he lied about? If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him. I think it'll take something big to get him some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Machi. But I'm still gonna talk to you about your eyesight. So, Machi, you can see, right? Machi can see, and she can't. The whole world's gone topsy-turvy. Sorry, Apollo, I don't think we're gonna get any information out of Machi. Which makes sense. Yeah, I guess it does. Still, it was worth a shot. I don't know. Who knows? Crazier things that have happened. Let's be real with ourselves. Ooh, would you look at all this? Woo! What a great day! It's perfect weather for sleuthing! The weather matters for an investigation? Don't some days just feel like magic days or defense days? Sure, let's get started, shall we? Right on! Show us your stuff, Apollo! What stuff? Your voice training. This is the perfect place for it. I did enough at home, thanks. There's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it on the big stage. I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. I am a lawyer. Then you're in luck, because it's lawyer weather today! Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout, objection? Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. We do all of this crap inside a building. Let's just get going. You're a massive dork. Also, hang on, can I examine that dog? Or at least this blue badger? Hang on, blue badger first. What's that creature there? At this point, the blue badger he's had to have been around for quite the dang while. So I'm not entirely sure exactly how you wouldn't know about him. Oh, that's the police mascot, the blue badger. It's life-size. Haven't you seen them around town, patrolling the streets? It's been like a thing for a decade now. Yes, now even Law & Order has a mascot. I'd rather run from that thing even if I wasn't a criminal. Why does it have head wobble like that when it walks? It's freaky. I don't think you're showing true blue badger spirit, Apollo. And he never will! Also, I cannot examine the dog. Ain't that just a bummer. Alright, so, I didn't know the Governors traveled via garbage truck. I mean, it's fitting, but still. Do they really need a blimp, though? A blimp! Those balloons next to it have sponsor ads on them. Let's see. Big sale. All shirts, 50% off. Oh, it's an ad for the department store next door. Huh, well, how about that? How about that? Fascinating. Sunshine Coliseum sure is living up to its name today, except for all the clouds. It's huge! And Mr. Gavin got to play on that enormous stage. I'm so jealous. Someday I'll fight my first battle on this stage. Battle? Well, yeah, it's a coliseum, isn't it? Well, they don't do gladiatorial contests at these places anymore, Trucy. Anymore? Really? I had no idea. Wonder why they stopped. You don't really understand how gladiatorial combat worked, do you, Trucy? Sometimes I worry about her. She's doing the best she can, alright? Look, a massive sign for the guilty as charged to her. A giant Prosecutor Gavin stares out over the arena, which is unfortunate. Ooh, maybe I could take it to the office when they're done with it. Where would you put it? You couldn't even get that thing through the front door. Then I'll put it outside. I bet it'd be good for business. As long as no one comes expecting us to prosecute. Well, if anyone comes looking for a concert, leave it to me. Is this part of some twisted plan of hers to make her singing debut, I wonder? Oh, dang! She gonna be some kind of idol magician? Because that'd be... That would be heckin' cute. Anyway. Now we are over here. And I don't know why I said it that way. Ah, Mr. Attorney. Siren! I'm sorry about today. There is nothing you need to apologize for. You are merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean? Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Except for me, obviously. I had one ripped away from me. And also, I mean, I suppose biologically speaking, we also have, like, a sense of time progression and a sense of equilibrium that helps us keep our balance. It's located deep within your ear canal. There are actually a very large amount of senses. I don't really understand how the popular consensus of 5 senses really got put into the mainstream. It's all been very confusing to me. But anyway, I'm trying to be poetic, so maybe I should just kind of cut to the chase. Even robbed of one, we get by. Though it does make being a witness rather difficult when you cannot wit your ness. Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. And we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. Oh, you must have great ears. I mean, I assume you're wearing like some kind of heeled tip-tap shoes for your magician's outfit there. And it makes sense that you'd have a unique, distinct footstep. Fun fact, in animation, it's actually very strongly advised that when it comes to the sound design of it, everyone should have their own unique footsteps. And in fact, I'm willing to bet subconsciously, you don't even know it, but anybody you live with that you when you're hearing them walking about, I'm sure you can probably tell who it is that's walking around by the sound of their footsteps. Not just the weights that you hear when they, make contact with the floor, but also everyone's got a slightly unique cadence to their walking. And that combined with the exact sound and weights that's pressed down onto the ground whenever they step down, combines itself together to basically kind of make a walking signature. It's really neat. Try it out sometime. Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or so she claimed yesterday. But how? How about you give us some of this information? That was quite a statement you made today in court. About hearing Darian Crescen's voice at the scene of the crime. I did not know his name, but I never forget a voice. Allow me to flash back just in case you don't remember that this happened! Yes, it was him. It was he who did the thing that I heard with my ears. Or, at the very bare minimum, he was present at the place at the time. As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. Backstage from the stage. It feels like there should be another way to say that. That is when I heard his voice. I'm guessing Darian and Mr. Latouche were talking about something. The next moment, I heard those gunshots. Bang, bang. Why didn't you call security? To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening, I never imagined the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself, so I thought, yeah, I'll just take a chance and assume that it wasn't a gun, and everything would work out on its own. I left the scene. So, it really was Darian's voice that she heard. Yeah. At least she certainly thinks it was. Does he do backup vocals? Like, is there any chance that the song playing through the speakers, like, I don't know, had his voice come through it and that's what she heard? I'm just throwing out possibilities here. I met Machi before my debut as Siren. I was singing in a restaurant in Borginia. There was just so much borscht. And he was playing the piano? Yes. Well, actually the piano. A pianee would be a bit more jovial. He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see. Is that when you started playing opposites? Quick question, just for the record. Don't know if I ever bothered to check. 40 years old. Dang. Ah, no, it wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound. I feel like I'm lapsing into some sort of botched Italian accent with her. Blah. It must have been tough for Machi, pretending he couldn't see and all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He is a smart, gentle boy. I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. Tell me about this Latouche! About Mr. Latouche and the fact that apparently he was a government agent. Ah, yes. He was an Interpol agent, I hear. So you had no idea? Of course not. Why on earth? What kind of stupid-ass question? I guess that's what it means to be undercover. But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Which is part of why I am inclined to believe the detective is the one who did it. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand. You have no idea? I can only assume that he was investigating me, but why? What makes you think that? Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. As my present is veiled in darkness, so too is my past clouded from memory. Oh, right. You've got like a big boatload of amnesia. Maybe you were some sort of super crime doer in the past or something. Clouded, right. Can we cut the sense of the dramatic out and just talk in like layman's terms? The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart. In your heart? I have no memory of the time before I became Siren. I awoke from darkness into darkness, you might say. I was singing in a restaurant those days. What was it that she said about not being able to remember the light? I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Siren is lost to me. But I don't think you... I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me? Do you think your past might be related to this case? No way! That seems really unlikely to me. Yeah, but at the exact same time, why would it be part of the same case? Trucy, you gotta start really thinking things through. Like, what honestly were the odds in the last case of the hit and run, the stolen noodle stand, and your stolen panties all being connected to each other at the exact same time? Pretty damn unlikely in a real world situation. But because we're in the Ace Attorney franchise, they were all connected into one web. And, you know, chances are it's the exact same situation here. And, you know, I don't think I've talked about the soundtrack to this game quite enough. I love this song. It's so... ambient. I don't know, like, you get the correct vibe right out the gate whenever you hear this tune. It's good. I like it. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Siren. I thank you. Machi, too, tells me this often when I fear who I might have been. Let's see. Do you think there's anything I could present to her? That I haven't already, anyway. I mean... it's not like I could really do a whole lot. She can't see, so it's not like she could really comment on anything. Although, maybe. We took a look at your performance again. And it was even better the second time. Thank you. That reminds me. That was an incredible illusion you pulled off. Illusion? When you teleported from one stage to the other, remember? Ah, yes. Apparently they hired a professional magician. Valent Grammary. I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done? I'm afraid I cannot, what with the blind and everything. Mr. Grammary made me swear to never tell a soul. Oh. I was afraid of that. Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know? Ah, I am reminded that I wish to speak to you about something. Nani? When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor. Are you talking about the headpiece over there that somehow still hasn't been picked up? That's been lying there since the day before yesterday. Why has no one picked it up? Might I touch it? Yeah, sure, here you go. I thought as much. What did you think? This is one of our headsets. Everyone on staff wears one during a concert. I wonder whose this is. We use it for communication. It'd be quite inconvenient should it go missing. We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him. Or maybe we won't. Who knows? Yes, that's best. Thank you. So, can I put it on? No. You are silly guy. Attached? I'm not some kind of robot, Apollo. Everyone on staff was wearing one of these headsets. This might warrant some further inquiry. Also attached? I don't even know where that... I'm not sure where that came from, if I'm being honest with you. Hang on a second here. Oh, wait. Headset attached. Oh, I didn't even read... I'm sorry. I'm so used to that sort of stuff just being, you know, like, yeah, thing added to the court record or whatever. Oh, that's really adorable. All right, then. I feel like we got plenty of information out of here. Oh, God, there's so many places to go. All right, let's head to the stage first. In the Wings. That song. Isn't that the one Siren was singing? Yeah, you're right. The Guitar Serenade. Now, I'd love to do a show on a stage like this. Yes, you've mentioned on multiple occasions. I'd come to see that. The house is full, and as one, the audience sighs with wonderment. There I am, singing my ballad, rose petals swirling through the air. I'm more inclined to say I would enjoy snowflakes, but, you know, rose petals are good too. Not bad. Wait, aren't you a magician? Oh! That's right, I was a magician, wasn't I? Some dedication. Oh.
Magic!
Was somebody not thinking about being a magician? If it isn't Miss Trucy, and indeed it is, Uncle Valance! What exactly are you doing here? I believe we already had this discussion, but okay. I take real responsibility in tasks undertaken. I am inspecting my equipment of illusion to make sure naught is amiss. Siren teleportation illusion. Ooh. Should anything go wrong, it would reflect poorly upon me and my troop. As I went about my exacting examination, I happened to notice that piano. So I decided to play a jaunty tune, and I remembered that fair lady's melancholy melody. Hey, Apollo, maybe Uncle Valen could shed some light on this whole thing for us. I don't know. Sure, why not? Let's go. Let's friggin' go! I was wondering about the show the night of the murder. Siren's vanishing act was your illusion, right? Indeed. The purple prosecutor petitioned my performance. This dude is in love with alliteration. At the climax of the song, he said, make her disappear, like a dream. Like a dream? Yet, what can I work with on a stage meant for musical endeavors? There are none of the conveniences of a stage built for sorceress acts. It was a challenging task, and so I accepted, because I just kind of like that, yo. J.K. Simmons! That's the mustache I was thinking of. But in order to move, you would have to have used some sort of secret tunnel. Oh, come on, you should have let me see the burning. People came to me because I'm a professional among professionals. My illusions are custom-made for a time and a place. Now, because of the murder, all of the eyes of the nation are on this concert. Not a bad thing as far as the fortunes of Troop Graminier are concerned. So, you are here checking up on the trick to make sure it went well. And went well it did! Now, speaking of pianos. That piano over there troubles me. It troubles you? Why? Well, there's a bomb attached to it. Why? Why do you ask why? I think it's probably quicker if I just go check it out myself, thanks. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that. What if I don't give a damn? Alright, let's just go. That's one big piano. I've never actually played one. You should get Mr. Wright to teach you sometime. No good. He can't play either. I kind of feel bad for the guy now. Yeah, that's usually how Phoenix's life works. Maybe now's my big chance. Stand back. This could be the debut of a prodigy. We don't know. Ew. Did you make that noise just now? Let me try it again. The heck is that clicking noise? You know, I think something's stuck in the piano. Time to take a look under the hood. There's a corpse! Oh, look. This was stuck between the strings. Looks like some kind of switch. Someone must have thrown this into the piano. Well, that's a fascinating situation. Huh. It's a switch or something, and that's about all I know. Huh. Well, we could probably talk to a magician about this. I don't know. Maybe it's part of his trick. It wouldn't be impossible. Words cannot express my shock and charging. All I can see before me is the stage and me upon it. Nothing smaller, nothing less radiant catches my eye. True, you're getting on in years. Not much time left to make your mark, huh? This is not how I was saying it. That is in fact not where I was going with that, Trucy. I'm not going to lie, you kind of bummed me out. Okay, hang on. Quick question. When she say this dude is getting on in years, 44? Oh, Lord. Trucy, I get that you're 15, so literally anything over the age of 25 is basically a grandpa to you, but Jesus. All right. Let's keep going. Tell me about your troop, your goof troop. Ba-la-da-doo-ba-bop. I know what you're thinking in that head of yours. Gramarye, yes, you may say. I recall seeing him on the television. Something of that sort. Well, actually, yes, you're right. Wow, he just read your mind like some kind of mind reader, man. That's not anything special. Several people have done that up to this point. Or everyone tells him that he made a good guess. It was 20 years ago. A young magician, a genius of his time, came down among us. His name was Ted. Oh, wait, no, it was Magnifi Gramarye. It was he who began the great troop Gramarye. And yes, I've already lost the plot on how to say that. At his prime, not a day passed that he did not play upon the screens of every TV there was. Have you ever watched Howdy Doody? He was kind of like Howdy Doody. I do have a vague memory of someone like that on TV. Except, a magician. Yet several years ago, that time came to an end. My troupe pulled a vanishing act. Yes. Howdy Doody was a puppet. I'm getting my old-timey references mixed. Cries for magic no longer heard. The TV screen, a barren waste stripped of illusion. That's not true! I still went to all your shows. Like that one in the parking lot down at the supermarket. Oof. When you start playing in supermarket parking lots, you know you're in trouble. Ugh. We hone our skills at these small venues, always awaiting our time. Yes, one day we will rise up from obscurity onto fame's shining stage once more, and it will be Trucy who is the one to accomplish this. I do not only for the I do this not only for the magic that is Gramarye, but for my partner. Your partner? You mean, yes, Zach Gramarye, Trucy's father. Before he disappeared 7 years ago. There was no name higher than Gramarye in show business circles. None. That's an interesting time to disappear, I think. I will see us return to glory. I, Valiant Gramarye. You mind telling me a bit about this, Zach? Our founder, Magnifi Gramarye, was truly a genius, a worker of miracles. It's a shame his appendix exploded when that dude punched him in the gut. I'll never forget the one I saw when I was little. How he made that whole jumbo jet go, and what happened to that jet again? Apparently someone doesn't remember it as well as they thought. Of all the would-be magicians who came to his door, only Zach and I had the talent. In no time at all, Valiant and Zach were the shining stars in the Gramarye crowd. Cool, huh? And Zach Gramarye was my daddy. What about your mom? Now that Magnifi and Zach are gone, I have but one wish. I mean, I haven't gotten any indication on that whatsoever. Even when I had no idea who your real dad was, like, Let it be I, Valiant Gramarye, who brings the Gramarye miracle back to the big stage. I'm rooting for you. Miss Trucy, you cannot grow up quick enough. I need your skill by my side. One skill coming up. How do we manage to get off this topic to the case so quickly all the time? It's not like we got anything else going for ourselves. Let's see, do you think there's anything else I could present? Like, I don't know, maybe this headset? Alright, no interest in talking about the headset. Alright. We already talked about the videotape. I feel like the odds of having to show him something else are extraordinarily high, but I don't know what it is right now. With a little luck, it's something I haven't already picked up. Oh, well. Ain't that a shame. Hey, they really did rip the carpet out. Huh. Can I take another gander at this? This was the window where Siren saw the crime from. I wish it was that simple. Kinda hard to see a crime when you can't see. But she did hear it. Yeah, but the window was closed. Maybe she heard it some other way. Oh, questions. Can I actually take another look at that? Because it's theories are around it. A speaker for monitoring the stage. It was blaring at the time of the shooting. It's a pretty old model for such a nice place. I guess they don't care about sound quality back here, as long as you can hear it. Not that a loss of fidelity could possibly make that music worse. Burn! Good speakers must cost a lot. You have any idea how much a nice one that size would cost, Apollo? Probably a good 10 years of your allowance, give or take. What? But that's almost $600! $5 a month? Poor Trucy. Wait till she finds out you need to buy 2 speakers for a stereo. That's a weird time to get an achievement. Okay. Alright, whatever, I guess. Huh. Alright. So, we've got ourselves a bit of a conundrum. What do I do? What do I do? Maybe there's more things to look at on the stage? I really can't say that I know. Feels like we've already kind of looked at everything. We already did the whole ladder shtick. Look at all the electronics. They must be sound related. Doesn't seeing a bunch of machines like this make you want to just fiddle with them? Can I, Apollo, please? No? No fiddling. You'll break something. If you're gonna make an omelet, you gotta break some eggs. That's what Daddy always says after he broke the TV. But these eggs look kind of expensive. What about that drum set? I still can't believe we found Machi and Mr. Latouche tied up on that tower. Yeah, I used to not like high places. Now I hate them. It's not like it would have been nicer if we found a dead body closer to the ground. Though, that reminds me, Daddy's bad with heights too. Yeah, I would imagine falling off that bridge probably played a role in that. Huh, no kidding. He took me on a Ferris wheel ride a while ago, you know? Halfway through, his face got all green and he mumbled objection over and over. Poor guy. Nice to see that Phoenix is still underneath all of that, you know, I don't even know what to call it. Jadedness. That's a ladder we used to climb up on the stage tower. Not a moment I'm likely to forget anytime soon. Me neither. I'll never be able to climb another tower again without thinking about it, you know? I'll never be able to climb a tower again, period. Wow, I think that's the first time in Ace Attorney history that we've been able to talk about a ladder without it devolving into a weird argument that never actually had any value in the first place. Now that's a big instrument case. That's a case for a contrabass, I think. You could fit 20 violanes in there, probably. It may look like a violin, but it's a different thing. You could fit 5 trucies in there, I bet. Hey, are you comparing me to an instrument? I wonder who left it sitting open like that. That is the question. Now, isn't it? Is there suddenly somebody inside the dressing room? Dang it. Okay, so that means I have to present something to somebody. I presented this to Magician Man, and he said nothing. Can I ask you about this headset? You said that all concert staff are wearing one? Looks like new information to me. That's correct. You need them to communicate across such a large stage. Everyone on the staff had one, of course. And all of the band members, too, I should think. So Prosecutor Gavin and his lackeys had them on, too, then. They're quite helpful, though limited. They only work within 30 feet or so. That's really crappy, actually. After all, they're only for use on stage. And a stronger signal would interfere with the sound. Okay, fair enough. All right, fair. Yeah, all right. That actually does make sense. You'd think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline. So why was this one lying here? What does it mean? Did that magically make somebody show up in the dressing room? It suddenly dawned on me that... That's so weird. All right, I somehow missed this? Oh. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter that I missed this. There's nothing in here anyway. Okay, well, small comforts. Is there anything in the dressing room? Oh, wow, holy crap, there is. All right, works for me. Okay, there are so many better ways that you could have made your presence known. Uh-oh. There's only one person I know who can munch with such venom. I don't need the sound effect. God, it's not as bad as Godot's drinking, but it's still not great. What are you doing here? Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy and yet also kind of pretty as always. Oh, am I supposed to be happy? You give me the 2nd degree in court, and Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool. You're talking about the bloodstain Mr. Latouche left? My department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh? But that bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all. Now we know that Mr. Latouche was really with Interpol. We wouldn't have found that out without you. I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me these after he was finished chewing me out. Said it was my reward. Are chocolate snackoos popular down at the precinct or something? Okay, more of the munching. I'm just gonna talk over it. I was hoping we could check out the crime scene again. Be my guest. What do I look like, a detective? You're not gonna find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange. In the neighborhood or in general? Well, talk to me, girl! I met my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? How? I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else all year. If only it worked that way, Trucy. You're such an innocent soul. It just bugs me to think that little kid outsmarted me. And it makes him even more suspicious now that we know he can see. Emma, girl, scientifically speaking, how did somebody that tiny carry a man that big with nobody seeing him? He could have seen the air duct and he could have shot that revolver. But that's not how it sounded in her testimony. You mean you're saying she heard Detective Darian's voice at the scene? That's right. Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing once in a while in this country? Emma, you speak to my soul. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. She's not wrong! Every single murder case in this entire country for like the past 10 years bare minimum has been pure concentrated liquid nonsense. Why can't there just be some thugs shanking some dude in the ribs and then, I don't know, running away, leaving a trail, making everything obvious? Why does everything have to be like this big-ass Columbo conspiracy bullcrap? Like, oh my god. Columbo and Ace Attorney would be dope. Was that true what you said in court today? You know, about the case. About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics. The guitar's serenade, you mean. I found the link, you know. Yeah, well, I found the Zelda. An easy joke, perhaps, but one I had to make. First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped keyring was stolen. Then she flew through the air. Then his guitar was on fire! It was pretty great. And in the end, a bullet took Mr. Latouche's life. And he went up into the sky with a guitar. Well, 15 feet up, at least. It's something. It is kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence. I know, and I found it. You think the same person did all of this? Don't ask me, I didn't do it. Neither did I. I couldn't fit through that air vent anyway. What? You all think I did it? Sometimes I worry about that girl. Her top hat's on a little tight. It's okay. So, what did you find? It's so little I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa. Hello? What is it? Part of some device, I think. I haven't a clue what. Scientifically speaking, I'm at a loss. The bit sticking out from the end looked familiar, so I had it examined. Turns out it's an antenna. Like on a beetle? Sure, girl. Like on a cell phone. This device must use an electronic signal of some sort. Electronic signal, you say? Well, seeing as how we're just kind of getting by presenting things... Oh, I thought that was going to be added to the record. Do you know anything about this? Do you think you could take a look at this? Yes, I could. A small device. Looks like a transmitter. A transmitter? Yeah, it transmits. You press the switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for, though. A signal. You mean an electronic signal? What is it, Apollo? Say, Emma, you know that strange object you said you found? Oh, this? Let me try pressing this switch. Yeah! Yeah! It's on fire! Device is on fire! What's the big idea? Well, now we know what this is. An igniter. I believe we now know how a certain someone's guitar burst into flames. Considering the fact that the switch was constantly getting slapped around inside that piano, Maybe it was designed to get hit by the piano hammer at the exact moment one of the keys was pushed. That'd be neat. This part here must work like a lighter. It nearly lit me up, that's for sure. Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose. I suppose. At least we're getting somewhere with this case. Hey, Apollo, let's ask Emma more about this switch, now that she has some first-hand experience. And also now that she's done stop, drop, and rolling. God damn, sorry about that, girl. What are you trying to do, burn me alive? Come on, it was just a few sparks. Says you! You weren't the one holding it. There's enough sparks flying around here just with you two talking. What's the implication of that vernacular there, Trucy? Anyway, I guess they would be somewhat similar in age, wouldn't they? Now we know this is a remote for an igniter. Let me see that for a second. Science! Well, this is definitely a little transmitter. The signal's weak. Probably only reaches 30 feet. That's interesting. A transmitter, huh? Where have we heard 30 feet? Ooh, updated. Nice. Incidentally, if you look at a cross-section diagram of the stage area... Yo, give me them diagrams! I didn't know the dressing rooms were under the stage. Let's say 30 feet from the Siren's dressing room. That covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage. At least a part of it. Kind of seems unlikely anyone would use this on stage. And yet, I can only assume as such. Guess I'd best be getting on with my investigation. We're off to look for more clues elsewhere then. I feel better just knowing what this thing is now. I'll have to look into igniters a bit more later. Good luck. I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself. Yo, now it's been added. Alright, thank you, Emma. You're always a delight to see. I'm not even gonna lie. No matter how grumpy you try to come off as, you're still Emma Sky. Anything else going on anywhere? Like a new thing? Maybe... I don't know. Any chance of this? No. Alright. Well, it was worth a try, dang it. Okay. We'll just use the time-honored tradition of wandering around different locations to see if a new cutscene has been activated. To the Sunshine Coliseum! Yeah, there you go. See? That's what I'm talking about. It works more often than it has any business doing. Oh, hey, it's you. What? Come to laugh at the murderer? Why would someone laugh at a murderer? That sounds like a terrible idea. Darian. That old bag opens her pie hole and wham, bam, my life goes down the chute. Thanks. She was 40, dude. How old are you supposed to be? 20-something? Probably. 24? Man, she's not even double your age. You can't call her an old bag. They won't let me work while I'm a suspect. Well, then maybe you shouldn't be so suspicious. Ever consider that one? Darian isn't in the best of moods, is he? Not many people are these days, it seems. It is a crime scene. Not exactly the happiest place to hang out. I think Gavin had to go rub salt in the wound. Literally, I have paper cuts and he just threw salt at me. Who does that? My alibi's rock solid. Rock solid! Let's go ahead and talk about your alibi. Let's see how solid it is. So about your alibi... Ha-ha! You have to ask? My stupid hair is jiggling with authority. The shooting happened right in the middle of the third set. That's right. The music was blaring when we heard those gunshots. And found Mr. Latouche dead. I got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too. Right there on that stage. Your guitar playing was something else. Thanks, little lady. See? This whole thing's a sham. Can't believe they aren't letting me work. There's no need to yell at me. It's Siren's fault, not mine. So she was the one who said she heard his voice at the moment of the crime. Man, I never even talked to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? They won't let you work? He won't let me work. Gavin says I gotta lie low till the suspicion is cleared. It would be bad for optics. What suspicion? He'd be such a stick in the mud. And also he has a dumb haircut. No, I'm not a hypocrite. Shut up. I was talking as him, not me. My hair's fine. Mr. Gavin, a stick in the mud? He may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Except when he's depressed. Then he's just a whiny whinerson who whines. You hear him whining the other day? Yeah! Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing board? He sure was a complainer. And then there was that performance just now. It was terrible. It was awful. It was tremendously bad. This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar? That's you. Why do you suck so much? It was you! He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really. Yeah, but I mean, he's also kind of condescending, and he also seems to have a sense of superiority about himself. I feel like now is a pretty good time to point out, I know I keep saying, oh, I hate him so much, but I mean, like, I'm not an idiot. I've played enough Ace Attorney games to know that probably sometime in the very near future, I'm going to see whatever his tragic-ass backstory is all about, and then we'll all be sympathizing with him, and then, I don't know, he'll probably do something that's legitimately really cool, and then we'll be on good terms. Look, this happens with almost every single prosecutor who doesn't end up also being a murderer themselves. So, you know, it's fine. I'm sure he's fine. But his general way of acting is, in fact, disagreeable with how I like to go about things. It's a clash of just styles. I'm playing up my disdain for comedic effects. It's a thing I do. Well, I think the Gaviners are the best. I have all your albums. All 732? Damn. The band's fine, too. Gavin can write a good tune. I'll give him that. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, he's down at the prosecutor's office, most likely. The prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I? The data on the victim should have come in from Interpol. Normally, I'd be down there dealing with it. Normally! Apollo, let's go check it out! I've always wanted to see the prosecutor's office. But that's not such a bad idea. Right on! Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you. Like I need to be told to say that to him. That's weird, don't do that. And tell him I want into that crime scene. How much effort goes into a hairstyle that stupid, I wonder? Like, who wakes up and says, yes, you know what I want? Sylvester the Cat's tail on my head. And also, the size of, like, an inner tube. We'll be going now. Hey, wait. Yes? What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right? I don't know. I mean, some new character has to be the one who did it. You're as likely as anyone else. Well, cray. Way to instill a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on stage when it happened, okay? Ripping! That's right. Farting! Real loud! Everyone heard it! Don't get led astray by some siren song, eh? Get this one wrong and you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself. Unless you're in a penitentiary, in which case I doubt they'd let you have cooking utensils. Let's not talk to him anymore, alright? He freaks me out. Detective Darian Crescent. He's one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice. Portraying him as a bit of a crazy man. Alright, whatever. At least we'll be able to make the connection between the igniter and his guitar in here. So, this is it. The Gaviner's head office. It's not the band's office, it's the prosecutor's office. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, what is this creepy thing, object, whatever? Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone. We can hear him off the cuff. Guess we'll have to come back. Or we can hide behind that bookshelf real quiet-like. That's eavesdropping! Let's do it. Why? We'd just be waiting, quietly, so he won't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band? She'd make a good reporter. For a gossip mag. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latouche. Latouche? Look, don't talk to me about those Borginians, okay? You know I'm racist towards Borginian! Don't just give me that report. Chop, 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 chop. Stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? Sounds like this when I start to miss Darian. Hey! Hi! Yeah, just thought we'd drop in. Hope you're not a cranky boy. Well, I was feeling kind of whiny. How could I be? There's not enough tee-hee in the world in any case. Have a seat. Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist? I was gonna say philanthropist, but was that spelled correctly? I'm not sure. Watch and learn, Apollo. So, who have you come to see? Xavier, lead vocalist of the Gaviners, or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom? Well, what do you think he means, Apollo? I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the concert or the case. Which way to go? Well, first things first, I want to examine your exploded guitar. Oh man, I just realized I got this thing on. I got that whole thing on tape. I gotta upload that thing onto whatever equivalent to YouTube this place is. That was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this. That's a guitar from the concert, isn't it? Show it again! Show it again! I thought it was one of the staff playing a gag on me. I don't think setting someone on fire can be considered a gag. Or at the very least, it very much shouldn't. I never guessed that wasn't the end of it. I had a specialist analyze the guitar, incidentally. Oh? Did you find anything out? He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing. Intriguing? How's that guitar tie into everything that went on? Sounds like something we should ask about. Does it pop up normally here? I almost feel like presenting him stuff is just a bad idea in general because, you know, we're not working together here, but... which thing was I told I was supposed to give to him? Probably this. That looks like one of our tour issue headsets. Why are you wearing it, Fraulein? It makes me feel like a robot. Beep, beep. I thought it'd be cool. I could pretend I was concert security and stuff. God, adorable. Actually, we found it at the venue and thought you might want it back. Ah, nah, please, you keep it. It goes well with your cape, Fraulein. Yahoo! She does look like she belongs on a stage, that's for sure. Alright. Prosecutor Gavin, about this remote. Wait. Excuse me, did you say something? This remote control might be valuable ammunition for the trail tomorrow. It's too early to show my hand now. You'd think someone with such a loud voice would speak more clearly, yeah? Fair, fair. Okay, but what about the igniter? My apologies, but there's no way I'm going to talk details about the case with you. If you want to get my attention, bring me something dramatic. You mean like the device that literally set your guitar on fire? All right, well, hey, if you don't want to talk about it, then all right. Well, I'll be more than happy to bring it up in court tomorrow. I'm not here to get your attention, Gavin. I'm here to get your information. All right, then. Well, let's just talk about what we can talk about. Ah, that reminds me. Did you see the paper today? Ah, who reads the paper? Yes! I always read the TV section. TV? That's antiquated, y'all. Everything's streaming services now. Good girl. How about you, Air Forehead? No. No, I'm a man of the modern era. I don't read newspapers. I read the funnies. It's not my fault that Garfield hates Mondays. It's entertaining. Get off my ass. And you'll not have seen this. Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song. Wow, they printed it in color? That's just bad use of money. Oh, is that a new show? Haven't heard about that one. Are you a ding-dong? It's not a show, it's an article. News, you know. Oh, does this have anything to do with the case? Oh my god. You may be adorable, but you're not too swift. Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing. How does it feel to take a man's life with a song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? It's endless, endless! Thanks for the case you made today, of course. Oh, well, that was all Apollo's idea. Hey! Is that a newspaper over there, too? Ah, yeah, the Borginian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look. Wow. Nice pictures from Borginian's Peter Parker, gotta say. Huh, thanks, but yeah, I can't read Borginian. Oh, that's right. Well, suffice it to say, this is big news over there as well. Though they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics to my song. Probably no one in Borginian could believe it. It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. Their journalists didn't see the need to mention it. That makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it myself. Anyway, her testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I'd imagine. Which is why I've had Darian step down from the investigation for now. Yeah, we ran into him moping in front of the Coliseum. Like a deranged man. He was looking disgruntled. She was my invited guest, so it is a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case, quickly, if possible. True enough, true enough. Alright, let's get to talking. I really love that song. It has such a great atmosphere to it. Although it sounds better as incidental music in the background than it did as a performance, I feel. It's weird. It's not wrong, but it's strange is all I'm saying. Any ding-dang, ding-dang who? You co-wrote it with her, if I remember correctly. That's right, it was last year. I'd gone to tour Borginia's legal system, as a matter of fact. That's a weird thing to do, but okay. And that's when you heard her voice? It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night. Not from the song, admittedly. I got stood up. It happens more often than you think. I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her. I mean, sure, Sure, I struck out earlier that night, but you know, optimism. So I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting. Wow, prosecutors really have a lot of clout for some godforsaken reason. I think he's sort of a special case, Trucy. No, I feel like Edgeworth could probably do the same. And Franziska. Probably not Winston. Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and we wrote a song right there backstage. Machi on piano, that dulcet voice, and myself on guitar that I borrowed from, oh, hang on. A guitar that you borrowed from her? And music history was made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer would ever have, like Apollo, say. It is a memory I hold dear, and the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there. You mean this charred lump? Don't call it a lump! That's a piece of history! And it's only browned, not really charred. You're a very optimistic girl, you know that? Never change. No matter, I shall never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire? Do you think he could show it to us? Your slightly burnt guitar? I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it? I mean, yeah, I already looked at it. Yo! It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like her. How did it end up here? She gave it to me, and I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made it a present of it. So this guitar is from Virginia. That it is. Is that why it's so huge? We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it. Like a can of tuna! Ooh. I use a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. That seems like an abuse of your abilities and power and station, but whatever. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. See, prosecutors do have a lot of clout. They still think he's a special case. He's really not. Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burned. How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? What was it that you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar? That's right! What was that all about? Oh, he's not gonna tell us. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? Oh, okay, here we are. I guess he is. It's called the sound hole. It's much like a car hole, you see. Oh, so that's what it's called. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes. This, in fact. Wait, hang on a second. So wait, it's not the same one? Interesting. Why are there two igniters? The examiner is busy with evidence for the case now, however, so he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else. Odd. That device looks strangely familiar. Alright, maybe now we could show that to him? It has to be one of these. What is it, Apollo? That device. That was found in your guitar. Take a look at this. Wait, that looks like the same thing. What is it? It's an igniter. Another one? It was at the crime scene in her dressing room. Detective Skye found it, actually. At the scene of the crime? What could it mean? In a couch. Who'd want to set a couch on fire? Those are a place of comfort and relaxation, not fiery doom. Can we talk about that? Yeah, apparently we can. All right, then. Do you know anything about the magic trick? No, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. The trigger? Wait, no, I already did that. We're not talking about the trigger. The form? Alright, well. Ain't that just a large pile? Okay. I feel like I probably need to show him something. Oh, or maybe I don't. That works out great for me. This place is deserted. I wonder where she went off to. I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful, I guess, but I can't help but worry about her a little. Let's check out all of the dressing rooms. There's nothing in here. Okay. We're checking it out. We're going in here. And there... Yeah! That song. Let's go. Anyway, okay. Okay, well, current diagnosis is I haven't inspected Gavin's office enough. Let's see here. Can I look around your office? For example, you seem to have a bar of soap under glass. Is that for a chance your favorite snack? What's that on the plate there? Is that gum? Gum? Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang? So he put it on the plate for later consumption? You think a rock star could afford a fresh stick? Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's no chewing gum. Take a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I? Too bad, already looking at it. What is that? Some kind of magic dream egg? Looks like a lump of plastic. Explosives? Wait, that phone call. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, what is this creepy thing? Object, whatever. Oh, he don't even know. Looks like Prosecutor Gavin's on the phone, talking about something, a replica. So what was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Latouche. Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. Latouche? Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you? Well, it's not our fault that you register less like a 6 on the Richter scale when it comes to that voice of yours. God damn, man. Tremors. Who? Us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to. Hey, you were the one who's digging for a scandal, Miss Reporter. To tell the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. Decibel, not Richter. Damn. Every time I try to sound smart. But apparently it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. Latouche was after. This lump? Would you mind telling us what you do know about it? Let's talk about it! This was found in Mr. Latouche's bag. It's apparently a replica of something. A replica? It's a small lump about 1.5 inches long. We analyzed it, but there's not much to say other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was to be used in the identification of whatever it is a replica of. You mean, whatever Mr. Latouche was after? That seems to be the most logical explanation. Well, what is it? Don't ask me, Fraulein. Oh, if you don't want to tell us, you could just say so. I've put in a request to Interpol via my contacts in Virginia, but apparently there's a block on information somewhere along the chain. Oh? There's something either Interpol or Virginia doesn't want to share. Something about this little piece of plastic. Mr. Latouche went through all that trouble to become her manager, just to come to this country to find out more about this lump? And he died for it. That's just downright bizarre. I sent someone to the Coliseum to fetch her. Perhaps she knows something about it, being a Borginian. That's racist. I believe that covers everything I'm at liberty to talk to you about. Oh. Thanks for dropping by, Air Forehead. Thanks. Why, you gave me so much information. That igniter, for instance. Oh, god damn it. Oh, that. I never met an attorney so... Oh, right, but he doesn't have the trigger. Gotcha. I never met an attorney so forthcoming with the prosecution. It's a big help. If nothing else, it'll make the fact that I'm going to defeat you in court all the better. Sure, yeah, this is everything I've got. Work around it all you want. Not gonna make a difference. The truth is ultimately going to come out. Or perhaps you're just a tad naive. I guess I could have hit it, but somehow showing it felt like the right thing. It's almost like that's just kind of the difference between defense attorney and prosecutors. I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information about the strange lump of plastic. The one that Mr. Latouche was investigating. Hey, that's right. I've been thinking, Air Forehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives, all of us. Not all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people are killing to song lyrics. This is why I try to at least remain simple inside. Well, you're simple, all right. And I keep a simple goal, to discover the truth. That's why I like to keep relations civil, yeah? That is all. Then why do you constantly keep making fun of his goddamn forehead? Just say his name. I could live with that. Mr. Prosecutor? Fraulein? Can I ask you why you sing in a band? Ah, because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street. That's pretty simple, too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Another time, perhaps. Ask a silly question, get a silly answer. Why are you in a band? Oh, I want to impress women. Oh, fair. Emma! Oh, it's you. You came at a good time. Hello there, Emma. What's up? Either of you know where, she is? Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago. Yeah? That's strange. What's strange? I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office. She's missing? It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. Being that she's blind and all. Yeah, we'll help you look for her. Great, thanks. Okay. Odds are she's probably not too terribly far from where she started. The stage? Okay. Huh? The stage is pitch dark. The power breaker must be off for this section. Great. I'll go get someone. Ah! I'm already seeing what it is that needs to be seen. Yipes! It's really dark out there. Dark. That's all she has when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness? Not great. Hey, Apollo? Huh? What? Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you? Yeah, a little bit. Like, something's changed. Changed. I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me. Well, now it's bugging me too. What you talking about? Hello. Also, that kind of looks like her veil? Hey, that case. Wasn't that open before? Huh. I guess someone closed it. Wait. Look, where the case closes. Something sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. You don't think it's... Let's open it, Apollo! An entire woman! Ah! Whoa! Hey-ho! Hey! Hang on! Emma! We have to get Emma! Hang on, she might be okay. We don't know. She was taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around, barking orders, making phone calls. Trucy just clung to my arm and cried. Aw. And me, I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days is too many. She's not actually dead, though, is she? You don't bring someone to a hospital if there's no chance of helping them. Emma, how is the siren? Is she okay? Ah, you. Well, you a big thanks, that's for sure. So she's okay? Yeah, she came to a short while ago. Oh, came to a short while ago. You found her before it was too late. That's good to hear. So, what happened? Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead. Why is it always the forehead? By who? We don't know. But they hit her on the forehead, right? That's right in front of her. How could she not see? Oh, right. Right. Would you like to see her now? Is that all right? She wants to thank you for saving her life. As most tend to. Siren! Ah, Mr. Attorney, you were the one who found me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happens? Give me the information, woman! It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I sensed someone approaching. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room, you were hit. I knew that very moment, I knew the assailant was trying to kill me. No. It was lucky for me the first blow did not knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear footsteps. Yet I reached the stage first. Why the stage? I had overheard maintenance people talking. The power to the stage area was off, they said, for electrical work. Oh. Darkness is my ally. There was a contrabass case near the stage. That is where I hid. So the assailant couldn't see you. Okay, alright, so you weren't stuffed in there. Okay, well that's good. Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out. You know, that's fair. Man, that sounds like a really close call. Do you have any idea who it might have been? Unfortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word. Too bad. Yet, when I consider that I was struck high on the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am. That only really helps if I know how tall you are. Good point. She's sharp. And you're much taller than I am. Trucy, you are 15, you are short. You're about as tall as Apollo. Is Apollo tall or short? So that means it was likely an adult and probably a man. Could it be him? But why would anyone attack you? The detective asked me this too. And to her I gave the answer I gave you. I do not know. Weird time to bring it up, but like, you know about this? Ah, Siren, I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is? This is what? Mr. Latouche was carrying it. It's a replica of the thing he was after. He was after? You know, in his secret identity, as an undercover agent. So that's what he was doing. You mean you know what? Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Borginian cocoon? Or rather, a convincing replica thereof. Why haven't I heard of a Borginian cocoon before? Why would he be carrying this around? Is it some kind of souvenir? I wonder. Anything else we can talk about when it comes to that? Oh, yes, actually. Baller. Well, they call it Borginian. It must only be found in Borginia. For certain, all in Borginia know of these. It's a cocoon, so do you get silk from it? I do not know the details, I am sorry to say. I thought she said all in Borginia knew of these. There is one fact I do know about the cocoon, though. Well, she's not originally from there, right? Yeah, so something all in Borginia know. Well, what's that? The cocoons. They are not to be taken out of the country. If someone does and is caught, they will be put to death. God damn. To death? Why? I do not know. Yet, if Interpol was involved, I'm sure that is a good reason. This is just a piece of plastic. He was carrying a replica, but looking for the real deal? Well, that's my best guess. So that's what he was up to? Tracking down Borginian cocoon smuggling. Not what I would have assumed. Smuggling. It seems I was marked. Marked? Life changed for me when with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world. Ah, so you could have brought those Borginian cocoons with you. On my trips, yes. That was probably the suspicion. Mr. Latouche was placed as an undercover agent to look into it. Virginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people venture into the world outside. Is that why they suspected you? But Mr. Latouche wasn't a Borginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means... What, Apollo? There must be some reason why Virginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved. Huh? Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion? Cocoon smuggling. And Mr. Latouche had her marked. It couldn't be her. Huh? There's one other person I need to talk to. I thought this was a good idea. Yeah. Thank you for talking to us, Siren. It was the least I could do. Actually, I have another request. If it is within my power. I need an interpreter. Someone who speaks Borginian. Apollo? Would you come with us? If you're well enough? I see. Yes, of course. I shall accompany you. Where are we going? Come on, Trucy. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Finally! Let's get some info up in here! Machi, we came to talk to you about the case. Machi. Could you interpret for us, please? Yes. Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Now we know the truth. You can see, right? I was completely fooled myself. It's the big glasses, really. Machi, isn't there another secret you're hiding from us? Wait, Mr. Attorney, what do you mean by secret? What do I mean by secret? Well, that makes the most sense to me. Take that! What do you know about this thing? If I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you? Hey, you got a reaction! A big ol' one! Machi, you didn't. Trucy and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Not that we would have needed any training to see that one. Mr. Attorney, please tell me what this is all about. Siren, please, interpret. Very well. I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution. And have them look into it. Yargan! Organ Sporgan! He asks you to... Wait, do not be so hasty. Machi? Goat. Do you know everything? Yes, everything. Well, sort of. Have him tell us about it! Horskin Spadden! Very well. Give me the scoop! What is this cocoon anyway? Horskin Bargain. The cocoon, the silk is a potent cure? A cure? It must cure some disease. Horashaw! It's a cure for Incuritis? A cure for incuritis. The heck is that all about? But if it's a cure, why keep it in Borginia like that? Just think of all the lives they could save by sharing the medicine. I do not understand the reasons myself. Okay, well, at least we know what it is. A cure. And Mr. Latouche was after Cocoon smugglers. Wait, was Machi? Machi, you weren't. He couldn't be a smuggler, he's so little. Okay, well, I mean, unlike lifting a very large man, I'm gonna go ahead and say that, no, that he could probably do that. Well, you're only 15 and you're sort of a magician, aren't you? Well, that's true. I am sort of a magician. She said sort of! Oh, to have a copy of that security camera tape. Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? Horgenbogen. Hagen-Dazs. He won't tell me. First he plays blind, now he plays dumb? I wonder. Do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Machi really did bring one into the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale? Hagen-Dazs. I can't go home. Can't go home? Borkenpaken. Sticklernon. I can't go home to Borginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Borginia is death. That's right, it's punishable by death. Bargain. About the case? What about the case? You want to tell us about Mr. Latouche's death? Hudson, bargain. This meeting's over. Nani? Oh no! Darian? What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call from Machi from the Borginian embassy. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving. Hey, wait! This is suspicious as hell! I never liked you. Either of you. Eh? Oh, okay, Mr. Totally Absolutely did the murder. Oh, you are so getting pinned! Darn it! We were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo. He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. Apollo! And there can be only one reason why. Why is everyone ignoring me? Oh, sorry. This is it. I know who I'm after now. It all happens tomorrow in court. We gonna nail it! It's gonna be awesome! Let's kick his ass!